of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare. She can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.
Hi everyone, how are you today? I want to remind you guys that my hair is pulled up in a bun and the rest is hanging down. And that is because of my amazing, let me see if I have a media for it. Why does this always happen? My amazing, I don't have a thing for, oh, here it is. Azon Miracle Growth Hair Oil. It really is amazing. Really does grow your hair. And look, because of my hair oil, I finally have baby hair. I've never had baby hair my whole fucking life. I finally have baby hair, so y'all don't need to make baby hair. The hair growth oil will make baby hair for you, but it also reaches deep down into those follicles and brings them back alive. So those of you that have pattern baldness, this includes men, by the way, and hair has been damaged through wigs, right? And your hairline is way back here. The growth oil, for some reason, gets deep down into those follicles and brings them back alive. Now, I have testimony on that, and I'm very proud of those people that trusted that it was possible. I don't know if they trusted, but they were like, oh, I've got nothing to lose. and have contacted me and said, yeah, my hair's growing now. And I've had alopecia. So even if you don't know what you're having, a lot of people have thinning of the hair. And I'm a 63-year-old, full head of hair person. Now, I do get thinning like right here. I get thinning right there, right? And I get thinning right here. You can almost see it. But with the hair growth oil, it just comes right back. It might come back fuzzy, but it comes right back. So I've actually had to learn what makes my hair thin. And I found out that the hair bonnets make your hair thin. Square business. So let me show you. I didn't want to get up, but it has to be the hair bonnet that you need. The band needs to be of silk. If it's not of silk, then you've got to put a silk like component strap on your edges and then put your bonnet on. The whole objective of putting a bonnet on is not to save your hair as a totality, but it's about your edges. And the hair bonnets are taking out your edges. Slowly but surely, within a year, you will be thinning. But if you put a little slash over it to give yourself some protection, some silk protection, and then use the hair oil, you'll be fine. Your edges will grow back. So I just need to say that because there is a little bit of a trick to your edges growing back. You've got to put something on top of it, and the hair bonnet is not your protection. All right? Anywho. Hi, Incognito. Hi, Food Creations. Hi. Hi, Jenny G. Hey, Tracy, just what I needed on a Sunday afternoon. I know, right? Well, I want to come back on to do something like magical and spiritual. So get your bay leaves ready, Noel. Get your bay leaves ready and get a bowl, and we're going to burn us some bay leaves. Okay? You guys know I love bay leaves. So if you're going to see me do magic, it's always going to be on bay leaves. But today is just going to be another bay leaf magic because I love bay leaf. Good afternoon, Tracy. Hi, L. Williams. And hi, AMC. Good day, everyone. Okay, so the first thing I want to ask all of you is to give me questions. There wasn't, oh, if anybody wants a reading with me, please contact me. I have openings 213-458-7408. I have openings today. If anybody has any concerns, and I'm telling you, those that don't call me and your life falls apart and then you call me afterwards, it's like, this is when I keep telling people, call me before. Call me before. I had a few readings today, but I had one amazing one that for some reason her coworker kept coming into the reading. The coworker's not dead, but the coworker kept coming into the reading, and of course, I have to talk to spirit, and I'm like, why is the co-worker here? Well, she explained the story. And then I realized, oh, your 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 co-worker is the warning, is the premonition. So we got through it. She understood it 100%, the reading, I mean, and it was amazing how we could get there, but the coworker had to come into it. So I just want to tell you all, stop suffering. There's no need to suffer. There's an answer to everything. It doesn't mean that the outcome doesn't have to like fall apart, right? We're in an era right now where a lot of people's situations are falling apart because it was never in alignment. Like we forced the situation, right? Or this is what we wanted, which is a force, right? And now the way the universe is acting, the universe goes, no, no, all of this is wrong. Reset. And that's what we're in right now. Like that 9-9 portal that everybody was like, oh, we're in a 9-9. Reset, reset, not pretty. So the next 6 months is not meant to be pretty. It's chaos and resetting and not to be feared. Trust the process that what was done, particularly in, keep getting confused with the dates, but I think it's since 2008. I think since 2008, this is the reset. I know I can't remember when I got my sister, but I think I got her in 2008. 2008 was 16 years ago. So something shifted in 2008. I don't think I got her in 2010, but if I did, something shifted into, and I remember what that was. I do remember. You know what I remember, which was a weird thing. I remember having a one-bedroom apartment and purposely getting a two-bedroom apartment. And I remember saying, "Why are you taking on this two-bedroom apartment?" And then I realized I don't know why. And so it was right after that my sister came to me after I had gotten a two-bedroom apartment. Yeah, right after that. Because if I didn't get the two-bedroom apartment, I would have had to give her my bedroom and I would have been sleeping on in the living room because Tony had very specific rules. Like she does not share a bed, she does not share a bedroom. And when she was forced to share a bed, she'd be like, over there, sis, over there. And I'd be like, what is wrong with you? I didn't realize she's been through a lot of trauma, but I didn't know this. And so I had just gotten my apartment, two bedrooms, downstairs. No, Tony came when I took the two-bedroom apartment upstairs. I remember that because she used to fall a lot. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to get her to come up and down the stairs? And if you all know the story of Helen Keller, teacher, Tony, Helen Keller, teacher. So I remember thinking, in order for this to work, to go down 13 flights, I don't think she came on the first floor because I probably would have denied the move. So I'm pretty sure she came when I was already up on the second floor. And I said, Tony, in order for you to go down the stairs, you have to go by your butt. You cannot walk down. And she did. She would sit on the first steps and go butt by butt by butt until we both could recognize that she had the mental capacity to walk down the stairs. I just didn't. Anywho, Helen Keller, teacher. Anywho, hi. Look at you. Now I get the name. This is Catricia, and I got a reading from you. Told me I would get a contract. What? No way. Oh my God, Catricia, are you kidding me? Listen, I am going to be in California. If you're not busy, come visit me between the 6 and the 8 if you're not busy. But I am so happy for you. Look at, oh my God, Catricia. I thought you were just letting me know that your name on YouTube, that this is Catricia, and then I read the whole thing. I'm so happy for you. Mommy, how are you, sweetie? Good day, AMC. Oh my God, I am so happy for you. You will enjoy California. Laugh out loud. I guess in the end, I will move to. Yeah, I just said that. Just said that. You're going to enjoy California. This is the reset. This is the reset I was just talking about to everyone. It's your reset. So deny, no, do not wait. Do not deny your future. Trust in the process. God is in the details. Good or bad, God is in the details. You're so welcome. Oh my God, I can't wait to to hear from you again. Um, Catricia, very interesting story with Catricia is that she once told me a story. I don't know if you remember this of dementia patients or people that are, I want to say it this way, not dementia patients, well, dementia, people that are kind of left behind in hospital settings. And if they haven't been a good person, you will see that when they're near or in their dementia state or near, going up to wherever we go up to, I don't know where we go up to. Um, why isn't everything showing all of a sudden? Um, how sometimes when you've harmed someone in your real life, when you were at your greatest, that that spirit or that spiritual energy will come and visit you. And she was like, there are people that were like, get that little boy out of here. You know what I mean? Like, there's no little boy there, but they are petrified because of something that was your story that you told me that time, right? I hope so. Anyhow, enjoy your life. All right. I'm going to play some Candace videos, but I don't know where I'm going with Candace. I don't know where I'm going. I can tell you my disdain for her, right? I can tell you that. And I could tell you had a neighbor here that was enthusiastic about Candace. And I said to myself, I can respect my neighbor. So what I'm thinking about doing is investing in her rhetoric. And by the time I had the opportunity, hi, Lady of Elegance, sweetie, how are you? By the time, Lady of Elegance, also, I think you got a reading with me, right? Oh, not yet. Um, by the time I got invested in Candace, her rhetoric had changed. And so it was very distrustful more because I was like, what is she? I thought she was this and now she's talking another way. And I was so confused by the impact of Candace changing that I couldn't identify with her, right? And then her boyfriend died. No, I mean Kirk, the Kirk guy, is no longer with us. There's been some speculation that there was something else going on between them, but it's none of my business. That's none of my beeswax. That's what the speculation is. I don't know. I mean, I'm a best friend type of girl, right? I don't need to sleep with no nigga. I am a best friend type of girl. Don't bother me, wife, girlfriend, but I respect anyone that's in a marriage. A committed relationship, I don't necessarily believe in that. I think there's a reason why you're not married. But a marriage, so I've had this rule. Why is my wrist bothering me? It bothered me from last night. I have this rule where if you are married, I will not be alone with you. I have that rule. Until my boss came along, and then he wound up without a car. And he was like, Tracy, I need you to drive me all over, blah, 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 blah. But trust, that nigga knew. He never, ever tried anything with me. He knew my character. I showed it right away. And he never, never did anything. Not even suggested. Not even. Right. Not the one. Or the two. Or the three, the four, the five. No. But in any case, that's been a rule of mine, right? Particularly when I was younger and wives and children and babies. I need to be liked. That was a motto of mine. I need to be liked. I don't need to be like, no, no. Because I will cut a bitch. That's my problem. I will cut a bitch and then say, oh my God, you didn't mean that? That wasn't about me. And then I'm apologizing. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then people hate me for life. And all right, enough about me. Candace is being somehow connected the way, and then Erica didn't say anything when Candace put out these videos of loving display, and people are like, girl, like, there must be some power in ignoring, however, Candace. There must be some power in that. Don't sleep on the power in ignoring Candace. Because, yeah. Let me see if I can get this video up. Why does this always happen? Oh, it's just going through now. Okay. Let me get this one video up because people are asking, like, Erica, you just gonna let Candace, like, showboat on your husband like this? Your husband?
Take on this Candance Owens thing for what it's worth. I'm from the South. Listen, and to quote somebody that I really admire, we do things a little different down here. I know somebody personally who has thrown hands in the parking lot of a funeral, and I love and respect the crap out of her. I'm gonna tell you this right now: if my husband had been unalived on national television for the world to see, or if my husband was just going to work one day and fell down the stairs and unalived, and some other woman, hear me, woman, got on the airwaves on national stage and began to tell people what my husband was about to do with his religion, or what my husband was about to do with his job, or how my husband felt about national affairs and national world affairs, and that she was my husband's best friend and knew him better than anybody. Listen, Erica, where you at, girl?
She's from the South, but you know what? My mom is Latina. She raised my three brothers and myself on her own. We had one television growing up, so you know what that meant? We got to see what she wanted to see, and nobody was going to stop my mom from watching her Spanish telenovelas. So by default, guess what I saw growing up? Exactly. You may be asking, well, what does this mean? It basically means that before anyone comes to the scene to investigate, we already have everything figured out, solved. We even know who the suspects are, their fingerprints, everything. And if another woman wanted to speak for my husband, Dios mío, he already knows. He already knows. So Erica, where you at, girl? Because many of us are with you.
My husband. My husband. Girl, y'all are very possessive of your husbands. All right, hold on a second. I just need to contact someone because I just got an SOS message. And we do, I don't know which one this is. Damn it. SOS? Damn it. I just got an SOS for a emergency reading. SOS? All right. Hopefully that's the right one. I don't know why I have two people under the same first name and last name. Um, oh, here she's responding. Okay. I do SOS, by the way. Let me know there's an emergency. I do SOS. I don't play about my spiritual energy and what y'all may need. I don't play. SOS is SOS. Can I tell you one story? What time should I schedule? Ooh. um there was this one time. Oh, wait. There was one time I was living in California, which means I'm at the furthest point of anyone. And I get this SOS at 7 o'clock. And the girl goes, do you have time for a reading? I'm on my way to work. And I said, abso-fucking-lutely. I was tired. I was working all day. Back in California, I used to start work at 9 o'clock. I ended whenever I ended, but a good cutoff is 7 p.m., right? Hold on. It's different here now because 9, 10, 11, 12 was 12 Eastern. So now that I'm Eastern, I don't have to start so early in the morning. Anywho, she says, she calls me and she's driving on her way to work. Yes. So she's on her way to work and she says, I think I'm in trouble. So I checked the cards immediately and I said, turn around. I said, turn around. They're going to fire you. And she explained that she felt like they were going to fire her, but there was a specific reason why this could occur. And I said to her, don't go to work. Stay out for 3 days. Go back with a doctor's note and then say, oh, no, I said go back with a doctor's note, but on the third day that you're due to come back, you need to contact HR and you need to say to HR, I need help. I said that will save your job. Yep. So any SOS, I answer. A phone number. Here, sweetie, I always put the phone number up. I'm going to start putting it in the description. There's a lot of things, a lot of mistakes I made. But here it is. Where are you? Just text this number right now. Text the number. That way you have the information. They'll give you the information right away. So Candace and my husband. Wait, what's this about? What's this about racist people? I always have a problem with racist people. Hi, AB. Hi, Steven. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Fit Game Chicks. Thank you. There goes the number. Lady of Elegance, Candles, 213-458-7408. Thank you, Vid Game Chicks. How are you, sweetie? All right. Oh, my God. Please be here. Okay. Oh, no. All right. Here's somebody else that might break this down wonderfully. I think she did a good job breaking it down. A couple of people I have here.
It has come to my attention that some of y'all conservatives are mad as fuck at me about the joke that I made about Candance Owens and Erica Kirk. And y'all don't know the history. Y'all don't know the history of Turning Point USA, Toilet Paper USA, and Candance Owens' crazy descent into madness and her origins, and the whole thing that she had going on with Charlie Kirk before he married his current wife, Serena Joyless. So, because I love mess and terrible people, I will be explaining it to you. Candance Owens grew up in Connecticut. Divorced parents, one of 4 kids. She went to Stanford High School, and when she was 17, she was the target of racist bullying at her high school. She got death threat voicemail messages from a group of white boys at this school, one of whom was the son of the mayor at the time, Daniel Malloy. Her family sued the Board of Education and said that the city did not protect her civil rights, and they got $37,500 settlement in 2008. She was going to get an undergrad degree in journalism. She had to drop out because of some problem with her student loan. Worked as an admin assistant for a private equity firm down in Manhattan. She worked as an intern for Vogue magazine. In 2015, she was a progressive who fucking hated the Tea Party, the Republican Tea Party. If you're too young to remember what the Tea Party was, I envy you. Basically, it was a gigantic, thinly veiled political movement. It was very thinly veiled racism that just fucking hated Barack Obama and wanted to go back to the values of like the founding fathers in the Tea Party. And I was a member. My mother was a member. I got dragged to all these rallies. Like, I know my shit. So in 2015, Candance Owens is working for this marketing agency called Degree 180, and she writes blog posts. And in one of these blog posts, she said that the good news is that Republicans will eventually die off peacefully in their sleep, we hope, and then we can get right on with the obvious social change that needs to happen immediately. She launches a website in 2016 that she said is going to expose bullies on the internet by tracking their digital footprint. She was using crowdfunding on Kickstarter to start this website. It was very controversial. They were like, you're literally doxing people and violating their privacy no matter what they did. People on both sides of the aisle were like really weirded out by this shit. And she didn't back down, and then people started putting her personal information online. There was no evidence that there were progressives or Democrats behind this. None at all. Did that stop Miss Owens? No. She got online and started fixing her mouth to say that it was Democrats and progressives that were doxing her shit online. Then a bunch of conservatives were like, oh, like, we love you so much. Like, you're really telling it like it is. And then this is going on when Gamergate is happening. So you have people like Milo Yiannopoulos and Mike Cernovich who are like, oh my God, Candance Owens is like a hero. And then she becomes a conservative because she realizes that she can get cha-ching from this. Kickstarter suspends funding for this website that she wanted to do. It never got created. By 2017, she is posting a bunch of pro-Trump shit, and she starts working for Turning Point USA. Charlie Kirk announces that she has been hired as the director of urban engagement. This is in November of 2017. And they basically hired her because at the time there were a bunch of allegations of racism within Turning Point USA, and they were like, oh no, we're not racist. Look, we have a black girl as our director of urban communications. So again, 2017 is when she is already friends with Charlie Kirk, and she has become the director, right? A director at Turning Point. And she and Charlie do all kinds of shit together. They got pictures of themselves going to events. They hosted this like summit at the White House for like conservative black teenagers. About 400 kids showed up, but they have like YouTubers speaking at this thing and a Breitbart news editor, and they're giving speeches on stage, and they're hugging each other, and they're like very into each other. There's pictures of them in a hotel room together where he's like on the bed with her. It's interesting. Now, Candance Owens starts the decline into madness, like true unhinged madness. You can make the argument that this was a sort of madness in and of itself to work for Turning Point USA, but I digress. She stopped working as the communications director by May of 2019. So she had this position for about a year and a half. And then she starts working for the Daily Wire and for PragerU. And she starts saying some fucking crazy shit. She starts saying that like a Jewish man who got lynched around the turn of the century in Georgia was actually trying to kill and eat white people for like a Passover ritual, which is blood libel and anti-Semitic. She stated that black people in America had it better in the first 100 years after the abolition of slavery in the United States than they have since then. You know, back when you couldn't vote, you had it better. She has spread conspiracy theories about the moon landing and about George Soros funding Black Lives Matter. She has embraced the trad wife shit. She thinks the Me Too movement is stupid, even though she got a massive payout because she was the subject of racist and sexist harassment in high school. Okay. She thinks that if women don't have children, something biochemically happens to them. She has said that science is a pagan faith and kind of believes, has expressed interest in shit like the flat earther thing and also in Holocaust denial. Most famously, she said in 2018 that Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and that was fine. And that Hitler's dreams of the whole world speaking German was not nationalism. She also believes that Harvey Weinstein is innocent. And it seems to be specifically her views on Jewish people. That was the main splitting point between her and leaving the Daily Wire, because she left the Daily Wire after she was accused of anti-Semitism. And some of the stuff she said, she got really mad that Jordan Peterson called Nick Fuentes a psychopathic rat when Fuentes tweeted that Jews control the Biden administration. And Nick Fuentes loves her ass. He was tweeting saying that she was bravely waging a full-fledged war against the Jews. Owens has also claimed that Joseph Stalin was Jewish and that Sigmund Freud and that all Stalinists are part of a Jewish cabal. She believes in the Khazarian origin conspiracy theory about Judaism, which I don't have time to get into here, but that's pretty bizarre and out there, and says that the war in Ukraine is a result of the Khazarian desire to seek revenge on Russia and Iran for being forced to convert to Judaism in the 8th century. And due to her raging anti-Semitism, she is a critic of Israel. You can be a critic of Israel because you're not an anti-Semite, and you can be a critic of Israel because you're absolutely insane and you think the Jews run the world. She's on the other side of the spectrum here. And that is why she had to split with Ben Shapiro at the Daily Wire, because he was like, even he was like... And after Charlie Kirk was in the neck, Candance Owens was posting like her best friend had died. She was calling him her brother. We all know a girl like that. And saying all this stuff and posting all these very personal photos. Let's move on over to Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk, walking extension store and DEI hire currently at Turning Point USA, started dating Charlie Kirk in 2019. They got engaged in December of 2020. According to her, they went on one date and this man sat down across from her, looked her in the eyes, and then just said, "I'm going to date you." And it started out as a job interview. That sounds professional. Anyway, she was raised Catholic. She's a beauty pageant entrant and attended Liberty University, famously started by Jerry Falwell Sr. When she and Charlie Kirk got married in 2021, Turning Point USA funded the whole entire reception. Interesting. She had to find out that her own husband died from the news, which is weird. And then she posted a curated, edited video of herself crying all over his very orange embalmed hands. I'm sorry. And going on record saying that she had told her daughter, basically, that it was her daughter's fault that her daddy wasn't home because they had to afford a blueberry budget. Whatever the fuck that means. Also, Erica has not once even acknowledged Candance Owens posting about her husband's death. Candace is actually out there on podcasts saying that like a bunch of stuff doesn't add up and that she wants answers about how Charlie Kirk got popped in the neck. And Erica is out there like, "I am going to kill all of you. Give me money. You have no idea the fire I have unleashed. I am incredibly emotional, but my Botox face will not let me move my eyebrow." And now she's been handed the reins of the Turning Point USA, the organization. She's been named the CEO under no merit of her own, just because that's what they wanted to do. And look, am I saying that Turning Point USA kind of push Charlie Kirk towards somebody who would look appropriate on his arm at events instead of the black woman so that they could more effectively cater to their incredibly racist audience? No, I'm not saying that. And then it's suspicious. It's kind of weird. Anyway, Candance Owens went and married some fucking English lord and had 3 kids. So, like, you know. And that's also weird because her husband, George Farmer, the son of Lord Farmer, right, proposed to her 18 days after they met each other for the first time over a FaceTime call. And then they got married at a Trump winery. I'm sorry, I misspoke. They have 4 kids now, not 3. This is very interesting body language. So here's the full timeline, right? Charlie meets Erica and goes on their first job interview that turns into a date in September of 2018. Candace is off Turning Point USA's urban outreach position. She's out of that position by May 2019. By August 2019, Candace is married to George Farmer, who is definitely not in the closet. By December of the next year, Charlie Kirk proposes to Erica, and by May of the following year, 2021, Charlie and Erica are married. Again, with both weddings being partially funded or sponsored by conservative organizations. It's weird. It's suspicious. I'm just saying. And all these people are fucking horrible, so I don't feel bad about shitting on them on TikTok. So stop sending me fucking death threats. I really don't give a shit. You're not gonna make me do shit. And this has been your long-ass form video of the day talking about the crazy politics within conservative think tank. Okay, bye!
There was a lot going on there with what she had to say. I'm going to bring up the whole Jewish part and eating babies. I don't know about eating babies. I don't know about that. But it's not the first time that I've heard that there's been missing children and sacrifices using babies. In that community, in that community. That's not the first time I've heard this. And I can only tell you that there are missing Mexican babies. And the whole rhetoric of send them back, had everything to do with taking their babies and send them back to whatever countries they came from, because they all did not come from Mexico. And there's a lot of mothers and fathers out there with missing children. Yep. So, I'm starting to hear some crazy shit that it makes me disturbed. But I don't know. I'm starting to hear some crazy shit. Anywho, I feel like that there are things Candace is wrapped up in that at the time she was all pro white man because she needed a seat at the table. But I think as of lately, before Kirk died, as of lately, her rhetoric has started to change. And I believe that she was kind of looking a little crazy. Like, but I believe because she was on the inside of the shit that was happening, that her rhetoric, once being fired, is like, oh, well, it's someone that got fired, and that's why she's saying they're eating babies. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Just, I don't know. That's all I got to say. I don't know. Like, why Why do I think I have some videos and I don't? Oh, I want this one played.
Republicans don't think it's weird that they turned a beauty queen trad wife into our trad widow vice president this week using her 5 stages of grift. They don't think it's weird that every single Democrat voted to make a Charlie Kirk holiday. They don't think it's weird that Candance Owens is about to come online later and tell you that the FBI was lying to you yesterday because there's no way he could have been there at 6:30 if we have pictures of him at 6:38 at a Dairy Queen that's 17 minutes away. They don't think it's weird that Donald Trump's modeling agency just got ousted as an escort service. And they wouldn't think it's weird that Erica Kirk got kicked out of Romania at the same time that they had an orphan crisis, right? And they wouldn't think it's not like our country or our governments were just tied to any child escort ring, right? And it definitely wouldn't be with the country that she was accused of selling them to. And so the crime scene's now a construction zone because Candance Owens found a trap door. We all saw some dude pull a SIM card out of the back of a camera minutes after Charlie was shot. The crime scene was never treated like a crime scene. He was hauled off into the back of a Suburban. There was no blood. And then a couple days later, he was on a jet in a casket, right? No one thinks that's weird. I saw Snake Eyes, so I'm not that surprised at that. What grinds my gears is the fact that they're using this they're saying this was the biggest church revival in the history of our country. At the same time that Jesus' descendants are still in Palestine being murdered by the same church, we know for a fact that Jewish Palestinians converted to Islam during the Arab conquests. We know for a fact that the converts are now killing the descendants of Jesus. And in America, we have nationalistic WrestleMania bullshit glorifying. Kirk's family gets all of this. Italy and Spain get all of this, right? They're sending their navies. Indonesia gets all of this. Colombia is now mobilizing. They get all this. 156 nations now get all of this. The United Nations is stepping their game up. It's amazing. There are things happening that are good. But again, America is so behind. Everyone who sees this in America, I swear, we're 3 to 6 months behind. I don't get it. Rewatch Snake Eyes. Even Theo Vaughn is waking up. The worst of us are waking up. So have a good day. Change is slow. Class consciousness takes time.
I mean, I just think there's so much going on here that it's even hard for me to keep up. And I love keeping up with conspiracy theories and following people. And I have to tell you, when one, there was no reason to move that body. If they move the body, they kill the man. If they move the body, they kill the man. You secure the body where you're at. Where are all the paramedic emergency response trucks? For every X amount of people, I'm not the crazy one. The fire department needs to be there with a truck for heat exhaustion or something like that. I am not the crazy one. No one was there. No one. When they dragged his body to the car, no one noticed how well coordinated that was, that you never even saw a body. Look at the videos. I'm not going to prove it to you. When they dragged the man to the car, you never saw the body. I've never seen a well-coordinated bunch of men running with a body and you can't see not a trace of the body. Okay, hold on. There was no blood trail to the body. I'm the crazy one. Like, someone gets shot, right away you have to assess what's going on. So you lay him there or get him behind the tent, or you have a human shield. Sorry, there needs to be a human shield. And somebody on that ground is assessing him. Where was the police emergency sniper response teams? They never showed up. Where was the protective gear? They never showed up. I question a lot. I question if he's unalived, but I do have to say, if he is alive, he's not alive now. He can't be seen. Face is too popular. Where's he gonna go? Israel? No, they're gonna use him as a human sacrifice and eat him like they do babies. Allegedly, in my opinion, it's just a joke, Israel. Please, please. I know you people act crazy. Even if they said to Kirk, we need to stage this, let's say for the president, I don't know, and he goes along with it, and they say to him, you won't go anywhere. We will keep you alive. We're going to shave your head. Nobody will be able to recognize you, blah, 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 blah. He's not alive now. Oh, I don't know. I'm just, I'm confused. Hi, Sissy. There was no blood trail. Hi, Carlito. How are you, sweetie? Sissy, I saw a meme that said Candace is giving My Son is a Cartwright a reference to the Tyler Perry movie, The Family That Prays Together, as in she was Charlie's mistress or wanted to be. Yeah, she was kind of acting like a mistress. But okay, let's put it another way. What if she wasn't a mistress? But what if she was like best friending and sleeping with the best friend? And then they decided that they needed Kirk to be the leader of the turning point. And now they're like, fucking get rid of Candace because she will stop the look that we need. Because back in the day, there was no such thing as a J.D. Vance and an Indian president as a wife, vice president. Lord, I just made the man president. Indian vice president as a wife from India. There was no such thing. So they had to get rid of old black girl because she didn't fit the mold. But blonde fits the mold. And blonde from the USA pageant, oh, that really fits the mold because y'all don't know pageantry. You don't know pageantry. John Bonet's pageantry, y'all got mad because John Bonet was walking around like she was like a 25-year-old woman. That's how they teach them. Young white girls are sexualized early. Every other culture is we just got it. Like no one has to teach us. We just move like we got it. And then our mothers are like, tone that shit down. Tone it down. Put a prayer cloth over those thick thigh legs when you go to church. Always wear leggings under your skirt, right? Them white girls, they love to sexualize them white girls, child. This is their history. If y'all want to know what their I'm sorry guys, white people, I'm so sorry. If you want to know what is their culture, sexualizing white girls. Anywho. Let me see something. Let's try this one.
Candance Owens is going to single-handedly prove all that Black America has been saying to be true. You see, something that y'all forget is that at the end of the day, Candance Owens is a Black woman, and y'all done something to somebody she loved. For decades, for centuries, Black America has been saying that the feds, the government are involved in the dismantling of our communities, of our leaders, and of our structures. So if the government has been involved in the demise of a white man, that definitely proves that they could certainly be also involved in the demise of black leaders. All right, y'all. So all of this stuff that's going down is literally the undoing of the illusions. You see, we have stepped out of the age of Pisces and we are ushering in the age of Aquarius with a fucking bang, bitch. Today I just thought about it. I was like, let me go see what Candance Owens got going on, because you know what? I saw her crying, boo-hooing over Charlie Kirk. So to me, I'm like, that's strange. His wife wasn't even boo-hooing like that. There's something going on there, right? So I'm like, let me see what's going on. So I go to her page and I see that pretty much every video for like the last 8 videos have been about Charlie Kirk. So I'm like, let me check this out. Literally, Candance Owens. I'm gonna tell y'all something. She may be, what do they call it, right winger? She may be on the Republican side, right? But at the end of the day, Candance Owens is a black woman. And I need y'all to hear me when I say this. At the end of the day, she is a black woman. And if indeed she loved that man, which I think pretty much she did, because she is going bar for bar with the feds, okay? Let me tell you, baby, the black woman is showing, okay? The black woman is showing in Candance Owens right now, okay? Because you ought to fuck with her baby, her man, or whatever, just a friend. It don't matter. She coming for you. Candance Owens is going to single-handedly prove that everything that Black America has been saying about the feds, about them systematically taking out our leaders, she is going to single-handedly prove it. I want y'all to watch this shit unfold, baby. Because Candance Owens is single-handedly gonna hand white America an identity crisis part 2, 3, 4, or 5, whichever one. I mean, fall in line. How many y'all done had in the last 2 weeks? How many y'all done had in the last 3 months? How many y'all done had in the last 8 months? White America has had several identity crises. But Candance Owens is going to single-handedly prove that this whole time that Black America has been saying that our leaders have been taken out by the government. She's proving it right now. If you go look at this video right now, she is basically saying that the feds are lying and that they are doctoring text messages and they making shit up. So, I mean, she ripping their mask right off. She ripping that mask off, baby. And listen, you thought it was going to be one of us pro-black people. No, baby. No, baby. At the end of the day, Candance Owens is a black woman and y'all fuck with somebody that she love. It's going down. Y'all just need to watch this stage show. We just sitting back and we watching, baby. Let me go get a couple cookies, okay, and a goddamn water, because we need to watch this shit unfold, because basically we are watching the undoing of all the illusions that were set in the age of Pisces. Because the age of Aquarius does not allow for you to be fake, to be a fake bitch. The age of Aquarius ain't gonna allow. Not on my watch, bitch. We gonna open this shit up. We gonna crack that. We gonna crack the skull of all the bullshit y'all done talked about. All the bullshit y'all done brought up. Y'all keep watching and mark my word. Candance Owens is gonna single-handedly prove that what Black America's been saying has been true the whole time.
I'm not saying she's going to come over to the black side. I'm saying she's pissed. And she is saying a lot of shit. And I would appreciate listening. Don't say nothing. Don't hate her. Don't. She's got some. Here's the thing about her. She's got inside stories. Just listen. Don't judge. Don't be better than her. Because she wound up in a world that you and I have not been in. Just listen. Oh, what does Candace say today? Very interesting. Huh. That's all you need to do. Don't hate her afterwards. Don't even make comments afterwards. Just listen. She is trying to tell people something. And she's not being like poetic justice about it. She's actually being very raw. As raw as she was defending the Republicans. Yeah, I don't know how she got canned from Turning Point, except that I think that they needed her away from Charlie. They needed that camaraderie away, but they also knew that if they took Candace out, there would be no Charlie Turning Point monies. At some point, even Charlie didn't like the money. Oh, did you know that another reason, besides the Epstein list, besides not liking Netanyahu, I don't know who they is, because again, I'm not on the other side of this. They were stealing money from Turning Point. Monies were missing. Let's see what this person has to say. Did I play you already? I think I
Bibi
did.
Netanyahu trying to spin this into, he's my good friend, I just invited him. Well, Tucker Carlson completely shredded that narrative. He also brought in Megyn Kelly and other people, and he spoke about what Charlie was going through because he saw him very shortly before his assassination, and he intimates to everybody what it was exactly that was on Charlie Kirk's mind and what he was living through in that moment. Take a listen.
So time after time, Charlie would call me or come to see me and let me know, wow, or show me text messages. These people are really mad that you're speaking. And I would always have the same thought, like, I feel pretty moderate, actually. I've never been an Israel hater. Obviously, I'm not an anti-Semite. I just don't want more wars, and I don't want a foreign country humiliating my country and telling us what our laws have to be. I mean, this seems like pretty basic America First stuff, and he would say, I totally agree with you, but they want you off the stage. And I would always say, no problem. And he would say, no, it's important. It's a matter of principle. I want you to be there. Great. But I think it's important to say that out loud because it's a fact, and there are many liars out there trying, Bibi Netanyahu, number one among them, shamefully, who are trying to distort the truth, a truth that I know and can prove.
Charlie is not the only one who's been threatened or was threatened to cut ties with you or not platform you. I too have gotten that, especially since you've been more outspoken on Israel. There is a layer here of nefarious pressure to have certain narratives go only one way.
Yes.
That must be called out and must be fought.
It takes a truly demonic spirit, right, to be a part of the people that were swarming, pressuring, threatening, intimidating Charlie, to then flip in 1 second after he dies and say, pretend it never happened, like they were just great friends. That's weird to me. They did it at first regarding me last year. They insisted. And I said, Charlie, I couldn't even come up for air. I said, Charlie, don't even think about it. I don't even care. Don't even fight your donors. Like, just let them think they won, because I got to rebuild my entire life. I was just publicly fired. You know what I mean? Like, this is not, you're good. Like, you are so good. I couldn't even care about this less. Like, you're a brother to me. Do what you have to do to survive. Okay. And then he just saw them moving into, it wasn't just Candace. They wanted Tucker. You're not allowed to talk to Tucker. Tucker shouldn't be here. And then Charlie realized which way the wind was blowing, because it's never enough. It's never enough with them. Okay. They want to be the authority on speech. And it is reality that those very same people who were pressuring him and threatening him and intimidating him and calling him an anti-Semite and telling him he was hosting anti-Semitism, then became the fastest people to try to eulogize him and to say, look no further. He effectively died for Bibi Netanyahu. It's wrong. And we have to stand up to that narrative.
That's why I want you all not to take anything personal. I'm warning everyone. Whatever fight you think you have with Candace, you do not. She's trying to tell us something, and she's being very direct. She's not talking in codes. She has flipped the switch, and we're still mad at her. Be mad at her. I'm not going to stop you because I don't have the time to yell anymore about going into the 99 portal. If you stay mad, you can't go into the 99 portal because you're not listening. Maybe Candace could say something that could save your life. Dead ass. Dead ass. So I want you all to just start really just, Tucker Carlson's another one. I would never be a supporter of Tucker Carlson. Megyn Kelly's another one. They were starting to flip the switch. Megyn, I feel like, is still on a fence. And now that Kirk is gone, I don't know where she's at, right? But as Black folks, I want you all, listen, be careful of the words that come out of your mouth. It is not worth it. Just listen. What's a question for Candace? Oh, she said, I forgive them? Yeah, I don't want you to be concerned for Candace. I love when everybody does that. Oh, I'm so afraid for Candace. Guys, you got to trust that God is in the details. Good or bad, God is in the details. If Candace is here to speak up, can we just figure out that that's God? No need to be afraid. Like, everybody's not afraid. That too is God. I don't know. Whenever somebody says, I'm afraid for her, I actually feel like maybe you're wishing it. Like, oh, I said it, I proved it. Don't be afraid for anyone. Like, I don't know. I don't know. If we don't have, oh, God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Oh, forgive me, Lord, because I know not what I do. If we don't have heroes like Candace speaking out and speaking up and changing their rhetoric, what are we here for? Are we here to be robots? Because them, let me tell you something. There's a digital programming that's beginning in the UK. The UK cannot be trusted. And you won't even be able to have a job without entering into this digital programming system. And they want it done by 2030. Listen today so that collectively you all can stop this. That's what I'm saying, Tricia. That's what I'm saying. We don't know Candace's life assignment. We don't know if God sent her in to see what's on the other side. Because otherwise, as Black people, we're not there. But Candace got in. And Candace got in, and what was it? Get out? Candace got in and was like, what the fuck is this? And didn't even leave on her own. She had to get terminated from her job to then figure out something's wrong here, because they probably terminated her for no reason. Oh yeah, but I thank you for that. Even if it is taking a toll on her, she's doing it for you. I know that's gonna be hard to believe because everybody just wants to hate Candace. My neighbor had me off. What did Noel say? Not your neighbor. I was so listen, I listen to God. What did you say, Noel? Not a neighbor obsessed with Candace. Yes. And I listen to God. Always. And I never know where God is at when he's talking to me. So when my neighbor was like, Candance Owens, it's like, what the fuck? What? And I said, okay, all right. He was so passionate that I was like, I'm going to listen to her. But by the time I got to her rhetoric had already been realigned. Not heavily. But it was, and then I got confused because I'm like, I expected hatred against blacks. I don't, what is this messaging that I'm getting? And I was like, oh, I don't know what she's talking about. Good, bad, or indifferent. I don't want to listen right now. And then Kirk died. And then she started speaking her authentic truth. Now, whether or not she's doing it for Kirk, whether or not she's doing it for the black people, whether or not she's doing it for herself, or whether or not she's doing it because the bottom line is Candace is a black woman. And that car is about to get burnt up with a cigarette. I'm saying give her grace. That's all I'm saying. And great, not yet. I need a phone number. Okay, so you could text right now. Text right now and you'll get all the information you need. You don't just text, you get the information. Let's go down. Oh, look at that. Look at that. See, this digital thing is about to go down. I don't agree with Candace's politics, but she do speak facts that people don't like to hear. And I think that's where I'm at. Like, where's the nuggets? She keeps providing nuggets. And that whole Jewish ritual eating baby things, it's not the first time I've heard that. Not the first time.
And away we go. Can anybody tell me why the FBI was investigating Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA? Back in 2022, during the Biden era, the FBI launched Project Arctic Frost, in which was an investigation on Trump and 92 other Republican groups. Now, they say they were investigating Trump and all these other groups for trying to overturn the 2020 election, which include the RNC, the Republican General Attorneys Association, and Turning Point USA, owned by Charlie Kirk. Now, that's just one example of how the FBI has been weaponized against us, but I do find it odd as well of how fast they're moving when it comes to this whole Charlie Kirk thing. Can we all agree that they're moving really fast with the crime scene? They caught the guy. It's barely even been a week. I mean, they already broken down and rebuilt to where people can walk over the crime scene again where Charlie died. I've even seen footage right after Charlie was ushered out when he got shot. People were already cleaning up the crime scene. It gets even weirder. So you guys know about the killer Tyler Robinson, right? So this is him in his room. This is his screensaver. So what is that, you may ask? That's actually Goat Island, New Zealand, but who cares, right? Well, if you remember what Kash Patel said in his press conference, I'm paraphrasing, he said, "Rest easy, brother. I'll meet you in Valhalla." Well, Valhalla is actually a summer house retreat in Goat Island, New Zealand. What are the chances? Now, wouldn't it be wild if Kash Patel and the FBI in late July went down to New Zealand to establish a brand new FBI office? This script is writing itself, you guys. I mean, I wonder if this is some type of Easter egg or breadcrumb that they're leaving us to show who's really behind this, because you guys gotta admit, this feels like 2.0 all the way. I mean, come on. And speaking of JFK, isn't it weird? Just like this scenario, they reopened the plaza to the public where JFK died just a day later. They restored public access to the plaza within 24 hours. And you guys remember this guy, George Zim, who they said it was at first when they arrested him, and then they said it wasn't, so they let him go, but he was just causing a distraction. Well, guess what? He just got hit with PDF file charges. Now, there's no way they didn't know that, so it sounds like they're tying up loose ends. He's probably gonna get Epsteined. And this guy was a master distraction artist. He called in a bomb threat to the Salt Lake City Marathon, and he said he was a witness to 9/11, and he was certain that Al-Qaeda did it. That tells you everything you need to know. And here's a bonus one for you guys, where a chief rabbi sends his condolence letter to Charlie Kirk's family on September 2nd. Now, he either has a time machine or it could be a typo. You be the judge. And these are the text transcripts that the FBI released between Tyler and the trans lover. I don't know about you guys, but this looks fabricated to me, because what 22-year-old uses complete sentences and punctuation? This looks like a 50-year-old trying to be a 22-year-old. And last, but definitely not least, on the same day Charlie Kirk dies, September 10th, Hulu releases this movie called Tempest, in which a politician gets shot in the neck in public. What are the chances? Anyways, make sure you guys get into my Telegram and let me know what you guys think below.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Candace is great at digging deeper and exposing what's beneath the surface with some of the foreign deals. Yeah. So this is going to be Candance Owens part 1. Because I've got more videos where she's talking. And I really want y'all to hear her. You don't have to like her, but hear her. All right? Interesting. Right? Right, Sexy Drea? Right? Very interesting. Oh, Jamaica's doing the digital ID too? Well, they're a part of the UK, so that doesn't surprise me. So let's do a part 2 on this tomorrow night, unless some celebrity does some stupid shit. Somebody tell Diddy to just accept his sentencing so the rest of us can try and figure out how we're going to deal with the digital ID. At least he doesn't have to worry about the digital ID. Prison is a digital ID. Oh. And the other thing is that David kid. I don't know, sweetie pies. White folks want David to take this so bad. I'm sorry, white folks. But there's more to this story. We talked about this. This is an industry issue. Because apparently, I heard that David was already on tour. Y'all want him to be arrested. Like, it's obvious. Y'all want him to be arrested, but I heard he was already on tour. So that means that the timeline is not computing, and that's why he has not been arrested. Now, I think that there's a manager who's probably a pedo who loves to have young kids around. Ooh, wait a minute. I think David went on tour, and I think the manager was there. I don't know. But I know LAPD hasn't arrested David yet. But then David did, what if that was a setup too? Then David did these whole concerts in a bloody t-shirt But what if that was a setup? Or what if she was always going to get sacrificed? I don't know. It's a lot. I just don't think David's alone. That's what I think I'm trying to say. Whatever happened, I feel like, I think I said this in my reading, because I feel like he is going to get arrested, arrested and charged, but he was not alone. So, somebody needs to look at the manager, the record label. Hello? This is P. Diddy 5.0. This is P. Diddy in 5D. He definitely had help. Oh, he released on her birthday. Had too many details, right? People are upset with her politics and lifestyle, back to Candance Owens, but they're not listening to the knowledge she's been speaking over the years. She speaks a lot of truth. Our people don't like to hear sometimes. So, we're going to readdress this tomorrow. And I'm not trying to convince y'all to like Candace. Trust me, I'm very on the fence with her. I'm like, what the hell? And then she'll say something against blacks, and I'm like, oh, see, that's why you lost me. But what the hell? But I want us to maybe hear her out. Let her debate. Let her platform speak the way her platform speaks. All right. I love you guys. Take it easy. Bye.
In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown.